how often are we all cleaning our blinds really? People are so surprised whenever I tell them about this. Might have cleaned that a little bit too much maybe. Guys, spider poo. No, I need to dust the ceilings first because that would be totally counterproductive. Let's crack on with the spring clean of 2025 part 2. Hello and welcome back to my spring cleaning video part 2, and happy first day of spring, because whilst I'm filming this it is the first day of spring and my goodness, the weather is just celebrating the first of spring with us. It is so beautifully bright and sunny out there, and it's the first day that it actually feels warm. We're heading into summer, guys. We are so nearly there. Now, if you watch my last spring cleaning video, which went live last Wednesday, you will know that I created a spring cleaning checklist. If you missed that video, I will link it down below in the description. But I did probably about a quarter, edging to a third of this in our last video. So I've gone through and kind of just recognised the things that I would like to get done today. Again, I'm not going to get the rest of this list done today because there's a lot on here, but because it's so sunny, there are some things that I would like to get out to dry. So obviously make the most of that. So this morning I stripped our bed and I've got the bedding out on the line to dry. But something else that I would like to start with today, so that it's got the most time possible still to dry, is actually cleaning our pillows from the bed. Now this is something I'm probably supposed to do this more often than I do, but I probably only do this maybe twice a year, because in all honesty, I normally do it at the beginning of spring so I can have them out to dry, maybe once in the summer, but then kind of maybe beginning of autumn, just when it's coming to the end of the period of being able to put them outside to dry. I do have pillow protectors on our pillows, which I take off every 2 to 3 washes. So obviously the pillows themselves don't need washing that much, but alas, that is what we're going to do today. So I think I'm gonna have to do it in 2 loads just to get them in, but let's just crack on with the cleaning, as that's why we're all here. We're after the spring cleaning motivation. You could either jot down some of the things that I'm doing and create your own spring cleaning checklist. You might wanna kind of clean along with me, or I would probably just sit with a cup of tea and watch and enjoy it. So totally up to you, but let's crack on with the spring clean of 2025 part 2. So I'm hoping I'm gonna be able to get 2 in the drum at one time. That way I've only got to do 2 loads. We do have 3 pillows each on the bed. However, one of them neither of us sleep on. It's kind of like a decorative pillow and it's got a slightly different pillowcase on it. Sounds ridiculous, I know. So technically only 2 of them actually need washing. So what I've done is I've just taken the pillow protectors off them. Where's the other one gone? Oh, there it is. As you can see, the pillows aren't actually like dirty at all because they've got pillow protectors in, but I'm hoping I'm gonna be able to get one round that side, one up the top. I haven't washed my pillows since I've had this machine. Oh yeah, there we go. They fit in quite well. This is a bigger drum than my last machine. And then I'm just gonna chuck those 2 pillow protectors in as well. And then in terms of what I'm gonna use in here, in the drum, I'm just gonna chuck, I don't know, not that much, a dash of white vinegar in the drum, I think. There we go. And then I'm only going to put it on a quick, gentle wash. Obviously, I feel like I need to say, read the instructions on your pillows before you do this. It'll probably say don't machine wash. Mine say don't machine wash. But if you've been around here for a while, you'll know that, yeah, I machine wash everything, all the dresses and everything that say don't machine wash, dry clean only. I stick them in my machine. Not that I'm advocating that, so if anything goes wrong with your pillows, don't come for me. But I've always stuck them in the machine and they've always been fine. So I'm just going to stick my normal detergent in the usual detergent drawer. And then just because why not, I'm just going to add the Pink Stuff Oxy Action whitening powder. I know it doesn't matter how white they come out because obviously no one sees them, but if I'm doing a whitewash, I feel like I might as well just do that. So I have a very short cycle on here of only 15 minutes, but I have one of also 30. So I'm thinking that 30 might be the right option, but obviously see what your machine does. Okay, so next up on my list for today is cleaning the blinds and windows. Now, to be honest, cleaning the windows I do quite regularly with the Pink Stuff window and glass cleaning kit. So I kind of give them a once over quite regularly, but actually like giving them a proper deep clean, I don't do so often. If you ever saw my deep clean my bedroom video, you will see that I have deep cleaned these blinds not that long ago, and I cleaned them in the bath. But I'm just going to give them another once over today because I always had the windows open. Apart from right now because I'm filming. So they do just get a little bit dusty, although they don't look it, you just never really know. So in this bucket, I just got warm water and washing up liquid. Honestly, washing up liquid, although I talk about so many great products, washing up liquid, if you only have to have one product for the rest of your life, it's probably washing up liquid. It's so diverse. If you don't know what to use washing up liquid, I guess. And I've just got a nice big cloth, and I'm just going to start by wiping down all of the blinds. So actually I can already see that these in fact were a little bit dirtier than they look. So I'm just going to give those all a nice wipe down on this side. Then I will flip them over and do the underside. And then once I've done both of those, I will open the blinds up again and just go over all the individual slats. Look, it does take time. There's no hiding it. Cleaning the blinds is not a quick job. But it does make everything feel so much fresher and so much cleaner. Hopefully my camera is still picking up on what we're doing here, because I know it doesn't particularly like it when I film into the sunlight. I'm just going to re-dampen my cloth, and I'm just going to go over any bits that look like they might just need another quick going over. But effectively what we're doing here is not only damp dusting, so collecting a lot of the dust up, we're also giving them a nice little refresh. And this to me is also something that kind of like defines spring cleaning, because how often are we all cleaning our blinds really? Like, we don't have time for this day to day, so this really is a spring cleaning task for me. Okay, so moving on to the window itself, I have got a Dishmatic. In here, I've put my window cleaning head on the Dishmatic because I have numerous different heads for different things. And I have got about 1 part washing up liquid, 1 part vinegar, white vinegar, and about 3 parts water. And this makes window cleaning so easy. As I say, they're not particularly dirty because I give them quick cleans quite regularly, but actually like giving them a good scrub like this, I don't do that often. But oh my gosh, you can see with the sun streaming in today, it's drying so quickly, which isn't what we want. That's going to give us smears. So once I have got them all wet, I then use a dry, clean microfiber cloth just to wipe it all down. Now obviously you can use like a window vac or like a squeegee or something, but honestly, people are so surprised whenever I tell them about this, that this does genuinely leave your windows smear free. People don't believe it until they've tried it. So as long as you're using the right cloth and the right mixture in your Dishmatic, like the right amount of washing up liquid and white vinegar, look, how easy was that? Completely smear free. And then something else that I like to do is just using the same cloth that I've just cleaned the blinds with, I've just got it back wet again in the washing up liquid, is I would just go over the window frames and window sills and give all that a good clean. I'll open the windows up when I'm not filming and just clean inside of those as well. And for any areas that collect a little bit more dust, like it tends to be the corners, I'll just use a pink stuff scrubber and just loosen those bits up in there, and then go back over it with the cloth just to get those bits out. And that is now beautifully clean. Please ignore the fact that my wall clearly needs painting. I think I might have cleaned that a little bit too much, maybe. And refreshed my bowl of hot soapy water so that I've got a new one and another cloth, and I'm just going to give the skirting boards effectively a bit of a damp dust. I don't need to do the radiators because I did that in my last video. I kind of hair dried behind them and wiped those down if you saw that. So what I'm going to do is just again a cloth in the hot soapy water. Let's tilt you down actually. This is what I'm doing down here. And then just wiping it along all of the skirting boards. Now I know this sounds disgusting. Not only does this collect dust, but guys, spider poo. It's a real thing. I'm afraid if you have lots of little, well not lots of, but if you have the occasional black dot in the corners of your skirting board or something like that, it is most likely spider poo. So I don't have any on here. I was expecting to find some in the corners. But yeah, it just comes off really easy with washing up liquid and hot water. Hopefully that's showing up on camera, but can you see just on top of this skirting board, I'm still in the spare room, just over the other side, there's this like just very thin kind of grey black layer. It's literally just comes off so easy with the dust. I mean, it just obviously comes up on the cloth, but yes, dusting does get rid of bits, but just scrubbing it like this and really getting in the corners, honestly, just makes your skirting boards gleam again. One place that always tends to get quite dusty for me is the stairs. Again, I assume it's just because it's like a high traffic area, but I do actually have to dust these kind of every few days, but giving them a wipe down is definitely not something that I do regularly enough. I'm just in the landing now, but another one while you're doing the skirting boards is just going across the top of your sockets. They collect dust as well, so it's just little things like that. Honestly, it feels like such a small cleaning task, but it really, really does make such a difference. Back at the washing machine again, in the time that I've done the windows, the blinds, and I've just done the ones downstairs and the skirting boards, the pillows have finished. Let's see how they have come out. They haven't lost their shape. Perfect, so one damp pillow, a couple of pillow protectors, and another one. Now I'm gonna do Connor's as well. His pillows are bigger and fluffier than mine. We like different types of pillows. So hopefully these will come out in the same way. But I'm just gonna use the same thing, same wash, same vinegar, same detergent, everything else the same, and I'll get the other ones out on the line to dry. So I'm hoping these are going to dry quite quickly today. I'll just chuck these on top of the Aira and I'll pop the pillow protectors on here as well. And to be honest, the rest of my laundry, the rest of my bedding, sorry, might be dry and almost ready to come in actually. Oh yeah, that's nearly done. Oh, it just smells so good when it's been out on the line. It smells like spring. So next on my list for today was dust, walls, ceilings and light fixtures. I feel like I can do all of those in one. This is what I love to use for dusting my walls. By the way, I thought dusting my walls wasn't a thing and I didn't need to do it until like 18 months ago when I did it for the first time, and I was slightly horrified at how much I got off them. So if you haven't dusted your walls before, maybe give it a go because you might be pleasantly surprised. But I have this kind of static pad mop. It's from the Dustpan and Brush store. I think you can get them on Amazon though, so I'll link it down below if I can. But basically this pad is completely dry, it's static and it just collects dust. It doesn't push dust around, it just collects it. The other thing I like to use is a dust magnet. So I'm just gonna put the new head on it so we've got a nice fresh one. The reason I like to use a dust magnet and not just a normal duster is because again, it collects the dust, it doesn't just push it around. A lot of like old traditional dusters, which I do use for some things, like, they do still have their purpose, but as I say, they just push the dust off and it doesn't actually solve the problem, it just pushes it around, whereas this actually captures it. So, can you see that? No, I'm gonna have to tilt you up. I'm just gonna dust the light fixture to start with, because again, these, actually, no, I need to dust the ceilings first because that would be totally counterproductive. Let's dust the ceilings first. God knows what sort of, you guys are really on the wonk, sorry about that. There we go, is that a bit better? So I'm going to dust the ceilings first because obviously there would be no point in me dusting the ceilings after doing the light because all the dust will then just fall onto the light fixture. I can actually, now I'm looking at the ceiling, I can actually see a couple of cobwebs which I hadn't noticed before, so it definitely needed doing. And now that the ceilings are dusted, I can now go and dust the light fittings because again these just get so much more dusty than you ever realise. And then moving on to the walls. Now these panels, I was a bit worried that they would kind of collect dust and maybe show it on the felt behind. Obviously we haven't had them that long, only like a month or so, but actually they seem fine because obviously it's black felt, so I thought they would show everything, but so far so good. So the toaster is on my list for today, and to be honest, we don't really have that much toast, but I haven't done it in a long time, so I'm just going to give it a quick once over. First things first though, let's pull out the crumb tray, and I just bash that into the sink. You can't see a thing. So what I'm actually going to use for this is the Pink Stuff cleaning paste and an old cloth, because some of these, although I've bashed the crumbs out, you can see that some of the stains are a little bit more marked on there. So this stuff is really good if you need kind of like a gentle yet still mildly abrasive kind of cleaner. So I'm just going to give this a quick going over. Look at the colour of that cloth, honestly, it's disgusting. Let's use a different, slightly cleaner corner to do this bit here at the top of the toaster. Obviously, actually, there still sounds like there's some crumbs in there. Let's see if it can just do with a bit of a shake maybe. Oh gosh. Okay, love that. Cleaned my sink this morning. Gonna have to do that again now, aren't I? Okay, so as I was saying, this is the bit I want to tackle now, this sort of burnt on bit. So I'm going to use a clean corner of the cloth into the pink stuff again. Now being careful not to get it into obviously the cooking part of the toaster, because I'm not sure how good the pink stuff paste is for you to be eating. So let's not risk it. But this is what I use all the time. Well, I hardly ever clean the toaster, but when I do clean the toaster, this is the method that I use, and it always works really, really well. And then I have just wrung the same cloth out with water just to get rid of all the product, and I'll just give it a wipe over the bits I've wiped down just to make sure there's no product remaining on there as well. But it needs to have a little bit of a buff to shine, but there are no marks. That's worked really, really well. Right, next appliance is the washing machine. So I'm just going to start by doing the filter. So I've got this old tray, which has definitely seen better days, but it just kind of slots in under the filter outlet quite well. So sometimes, oh gosh, that's tight. Sometimes there can be quite a lot in here, like hair clips, oops, and sometimes there's hardly anything. It just depends. So as you can see, this actually really doesn't look very bad in here at all, but then it's not an old washing machine. So I'm just going to use a kitchen cleaner, the spritz in there, and then the scrubber, just to give it a little scrub around the outside. So now that the filter is clean, I'm going to do the drawer next. So this should, oops, just pop out. Again, mine really doesn't look bad. This is a bad example because my washing machine is literally only like 3 or 4 months old. But just to show you guys as well, more than anything, all these little bits should like pop out and you don't realise how much like fabric conditioner gets caught underneath there. So I am just, again, going to spritz it with a kitchen spray. This is the one I'm using, the Fabulosa Spotless Kitchen. I'll leave it to soak for like a couple of minutes and then I'll give it another scrub with the Pink Stuff scrubber. Now when it comes to cleaning the inside of your washing machine, again, just use a bathroom or a kitchen cleaner, or white vinegar is the more sort of eco-friendly way of doing it, but just giving everything a quick wipe down. On a slightly older machine, mine should be fine, as I say, because it's not that old, yeah, but just make sure you're checking inside that seal because that can get quite bad. Hacks I've used in the past are if you have got like a little black mold mildew build-up, which is so normal by the way. I just sometimes put white vinegar on there to soak for a little while, maybe with some kitchen tape paper or something like that, and leave it to soak for kind of half an hour, keep an eye on it, but that will get rid of any of that. But as I say, I'm doing this because it feels wrong not to clean my washing machine as part of a spring clean, but it's not very old, so it's not really that necessary. I feel like I have spent a long time in this same position in this corner with my washing machine in this video today, but that's what we've been doing. Now I'm just going to stick the washing machine on a cycle, just with a washing machine cleaner. To be honest, I've got no particular favourite washing machine cleaner. There's loads of different ones out there and a lot of them are really, really good. The one I just have in this cupboard right now is the Oust washing machine and dishwasher descaler. So the instructions for this are just to tip this in the drum and then put your washing machine on a 60-degree wash without a pre-wash. Ooh, that smells strong actually. It does, geez, that is full of something. It does say to put your washing machine on an empty cycle, but I always chuck the couple of cloths that I have used to clean the washing machine just in there with it. It's never caused any harm, so I'm just going to tip that in the drum and I'll pop that on, as I say, a 60-degree wash. And there we have it, just like that, another spring cleaning video complete. So there's a whole load more stuff now checked off my list, which is great, but there's still stuff on there, I'm not gonna lie. Let me know, do you guys actually wanna see another spring cleaning video? Or I'm conscious I've done 2 of this, I will not be offended if you're like, no Lou, we've seen 2, that's plenty. If you'd like to see another spring cleaning video, please do just let me know in the comments down below. If not, not a problem, because I have plenty of other ideas, which hopefully you guys will love. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time, bye!